The topic of this training will be thinking in decades, not in days. Thinking in decades, not in days. This is actually the secret to long-term wealth creation. All right. This is the Answer Wealth Creator Leadership Series. And believe you me, if you go with me on this journey, lesson by lesson, until we finish what I prepared for you all, I have about 2 lessons. That means I'm pouring myself out to you, what it took me to get to where I am, what it took me to create the wealth I've created. I want to turn you into someone that can create that wealth. The truth is this, even if we take the money and give to you, let's say now they begin to share, say 50 million to all of you one by one, you'll be shocked that 50 million will come into your hand, leave your hand, and even whatever you think you used it to do, if I give you an extra 5 years, that thing will not be available again. Because you need to become that person before that wealth can come in and stay. You know, you keep hearing this story. Somebody, he made so much money. They say, he has gone down. Or hey, it is finished, right? You hear that, right? That's true. So it's not making money is the problem. All of you know how to make money. I'm not teaching you how to make money. I'm teaching you how to build wealth. Not just creating it. You will create it, you will build it, you will sustain it. There are 4 stages of wealth creation, but I'll come to that later. So for today, there's one thing that's affecting everybody here listening to me, which I want to tackle, is the elephant in the room. That secret to long-term wealth creation, that secret to thinking in decades, not days. Okay? Most people overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year. Whereas successful people underestimate what they can build in 10 years. This is why people quit too early. You know, they plant today and tomorrow they begin to dig up the seed to see whether it has grown. You are in a hurry. All right? Builders understand something different. I understand something different. What are those things? Builders don't build for today. They build for tomorrow. We don't just quick money. We build lasting wealth. Okay? So the difference between rich people and wealthy people, take note, difference between rich people and wealthy people is often patience. I'm not saying rich and poor. Let's leave poor. I don't want to talk about poor in this situation now. Because anything you dwell on magnifies. I'm just saying now, like I keep saying, you can stumble on cash, but you can't stumble on wealth. Okay, because you can become a governor tomorrow and you pack 10 trillion, right? It does not translate to wealth, it's just cash. So you are rich. Give it some time, those riches will disappear. Right? Go and check all the governors, go and look at all the do a research yourself. Go and look at 1999, when we started democracy in Nigeria. Look at all the governors that did 8 years in 1999. Go and find out where they are today. Remember, those governors controlled not less than 12 billion every month for 8 years. Okay? Then go and check again the next sets after 99, 2000, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very good. Go and look at the next set that took over. After President Obasanjo, look at the next set that took over under Yar'Adua to Jonathan. Look at how many ministers, governors, look at all of them. They were all rich. They had access to national resources. Some for 4 years, some for 5 years, some for 6 years. Go and check. Right? Go and look at them now. In the Obasanjo's regime, maximum only 2 governors. You can say they are wealthy. The rest were just rich, and most of them had to go back to slave to be amputated. So I'm teaching you how to be wealthy, not just rich. So you don't just stumble on cash or money comes your way, and then your head goes gaga, right? So I keep saying, difference between the rich people and the wealthy people is often patience, because rich people may have money. Wealthy people have systems that continue producing money for decades. Take note, systems that produce money for the decade is 10 years. Now, which means there's a system you will build, and that system cannot outlast 2 years. Some cannot outlast 3 years. But to build a system that will outlast a decade, it means you were thinking in decades. Do you understand? If you are thinking in years, you can't build a system that will last past 1 year. If you are thinking 5 decades, that's 50 years, then of course you're going to build in depth. There are a lot of things you're going to take into cognizance. For example, in this ever-changing economy, both technology is always improving, things are changing, everything, the world is, evolving. So you ask yourself when you are building, what can I build? Which system can I build that even if AI comes, even if AI goes, even if Facebook is not available again, even if Instagram is not there again, even if X is not there, this system will still continue running. Do you understand? That's why I said you build wealth. You put in scenarios. What if this is not there? What happens? What if that is not there? What happens? It's called building redundancies. Okay? So by the end of this training, you'll be able to understand why long-term thinking produces extraordinary wealth. You will learn how to stop making emotional financial decisions. And then you will develop a 10-year wealth vision. All right? So understand the power of consistency and compounding. These are things that you can only bring into your business or system if you have patience. Consistency and compounding. It is that consistency that makes me keep saying that creating wealth and building wealth is a boring process. Because you have to keep doing something over and over and over and over and over consistency, right? So you can potentiate the action, increase the frequency, build on what is, better on what is, document what is going on, know what to change, and then be proactive, not reactive. But if you are easily distracted, you want to move to the next shiny object, you can't build wealth. Okay? So you will learn how to build assets instead of chasing quick income. Now, why most people remain stuck in this process is that the average person thinks today, thinks tomorrow, thinks next salary, thinks next weekend. Thank God it's Friday, time to burn funds, next weekend, right? Thinks next month, because they live paycheck to paycheck. You are listening to me now, most of you are thinking this way. Whereas builders think in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time. I don't know how old you are today, right? But will 5 years from now come? That's true. 5 years from now will come. Has 5 years passed you by? This same life you're living, this same hustling, this same working so hard, earning so little, struggling, going up and down. You've been doing it for the past 5 years. You've been doing it for the past 10 years. You've been doing it since you were 20. What has changed in your life? Not much. Something would have changed, but not much, right? Now, I want to understand something. In every 5 years, a man can change his life or redefine himself. In every 5 years. That is why in the university, your courses take 5 years. Single honors 4 years. Okay? Professional degrees are normally 5-6 years. So in every 5, that means if you intend to take a degree in every discipline in the university, every 5 years you can pick one degree. Another 5 years pick another degree. Another 5 years pick another degree. Whatever you are today, if you want to be a pilot, if you want to be a pilot, you go to pilot training school. In 5 years from now, you'll be flying planes. You want to be a seller, you want to sell ships, right? In 5 years from now, you can be a captain of a ship. Just go to the naval school. Do you understand? So think 5 years. That means any business you are starting today, whether it's answer business, any business at all, affiliate business, I'll go down to that one. Anything you're going into, think 5 years. Nothing that has been built that was worth it took less than 5 years. Do you know that ChatGPT, for example, they were on it for over 15 years. Pick up Amazon. In fact, go and Google all the strong business you have now and go and check when the founders started better the idea from when they bettered it till when it became dominant. Check all of them. There's no fly-by-night company. There's no quick success. Go and check all people who even those who made, some people say, they want to just learn developing, then create an app, then sell the app, they run into billions, then live in Monaco. Any app that will give you that kind of money will take years to put together. Take teams to bring it together. Okay? So don't think less than 5 years if what you intend to build is wealth. Unless you want to just pack cash and that's it. All right? Now, average people will ask, how much can I make this week? Remember, as your brain is wired, that's how you deliver. Builders ask, what can I build this year that keeps paying me for the next 10 years? That single question changes everything. All right? You look at even the apprenticeship system, the Igbo boy apprenticeship system. It's 7 years. The fastest we can come out of it is maybe 5 years. Depends on who your master is. But 7 years, right? That's how long it takes to rewire your brain to begin to operate as the worthy version of you. Like I keep saying, the world must first come in here before it manifests here. All right? So, next thing is leadership principles you require to be able to become that man who can create wealth. Now, first of all, understand that short-term thinking creates temporary comfort, whereas long-term thinking creates permanent freedom. All right? The law of compounding alone can only come in, one, when you've built a system. That means it takes a system before you can compound. For example, if you have money now, you want to benefit from compounding. In fact, compounding is the next best thing after sliced bread to happen to the world. The magic of compounding is awesome. Just that we don't have trusted systems in which we can harness the power of compounding. So if it's money, for example, you have to put it into the banking system, the banking system, and then leave it for the interest to keep accruing per annum over the years. The challenge we have with that is that the rate of inflation and the rate of currency devaluation is higher than the rate of the interest. For example, you go to a bank now, you put your money in there, they give you, say, 14 or 15%, or let's say 13% per annum, right? But our current rate of inflation is already at 33% per annum. So you see, inflation has already taken half of whatever that money is going to bring in. Then Nigerian naira, as in devaluation is almost 40% per annum. So you're fighting two things, both inflation and devaluation, which means if you put your money now in fixed deposit in a Nigerian bank, you're going to come out with next to nothing over the years because of these two factors. Else, you want to now put it in maybe in dollar. If it's dollar denominated, then you're better off. Okay? At least you can come. But those that dollar denominated instruments, the interest rate don't go past 6%. Most times it's 4%, thereabout 3, 4, 5, 6%. All right? But at least if you leave it in dollar, you are not fighting devaluation. You are just now hoping that inflation does not outrun because you've checkmated devaluation. It's not inflation I'm thinking about. All right? But aside the banking sector, for example, let's say you put it into a business system, right? Small actions become extraordinary when it's repeated consistently. Imagine improving by just 1% every day. 1% every day. It means in a year you have improved by 356%. Not in money, not money. I'm not talking about money now. I'm talking about you as a person who wants to create that wealth. I keep saying you must become that person before you can create that wealth and build that wealth I'm talking about. Okay? So imagine if you improve yourself in preparation for what system you want to build, the wealth you want to create. You improve yourself by 1% daily, either in your skill as in learning. Do you know some people at this age still need to learn how to learn? You know, training can take place does not mean learning has taken place. Hope you know. That means you can be listening to me as I'm speaking now. What I'm saying is entering here and living here. So you're not learning. So some people need to learn or relearn how to learn. So you can improve yourself in just your ability to learn by 1% every day. Before you know it, you become like the likes of Elon Musk, who are able to just read. He's a voracious reader. He reads lots of books. Today he's designing spacecrafts. Yet he's not an engineer. Elon Musk is not in engineering. He designed the best electric cars, Tesla. He did engineering. He learned it. That means he read books around engineering on his own. He didn't go to, he doesn't have an engineering degree. He's not an engineer. Which means you can homeschool yourself. You can I know of a person, my brother, for example, is a very, very, very good developer. He didn't go to NIIT, he didn't go to any computer school. He just, the first laptop they bought for him as a gift when he graduated from secondary school, he sat down, went online, taught himself programming, became a developer, started developing things just on his own. That's what we've been learning. So the man is the only animal on earth that needs to be trained before he or she can survive. Every other animal on earth can survive on instinct. Do you understand? Every other animal on earth, from goat. In fact, a goat gives birth to his kid today. He starts walking the next minute. But a man, you give birth to a baby. Baby must first learn to even lie down first and learn to roll. From rolling, baby learns how to sit up. It takes a while for the baby can sit up. Then learn how to go on the stomach before he learns how to come up, kneeling down with hand, before he learns how to begin to crawl, before he learns how to walk, before he learns how to run. You know, so a man must be taught everything he or she knows. Which means any outcome you are seeing in your life today is the limit to which you have learned. You want to be Elon Musk tomorrow, you can learn how to. You want to be Jeff Bezos tomorrow, you can learn how to. You want to be Dangote tomorrow, you can learn how. You need to learn how to. If you don't learn how to, you can't be him. It's not, you can't produce results he produces. It's your limited knowledge. Do you understand? So if you improve your knowledge by 1% every day, it's something. That's why I do this leadership training at least once every week. Because I don't have the time to do it multiple times, but it's once a week. Even if it's my leadership training, you keep attending once every week consistently and finish this series. You will see when you see certain businesses, when you see certain opportunities, you begin to think differently. You decide to learn how to selling, improve your selling skills by 1% every day for 1 full year. You will see a difference. If it's reading is also a skill. You don't know how to read, self speaking. Now you can read lines and read paper, doesn't mean you know how to read. I mean, to pick up a book like this, something as luminous as this, right? You pick it up and you start reading. And not say, this thing is too big, I can't read such. Some of you are only able to read pamphlets, something small, right? We are accustomed to reading encyclopedia, big books, you know? So it's also a skill. Networking is also a skill. If you can learn networking and increase your network by 1% every day in 1 year, be surprised the kind of resources you have access to. Because your network is actually your net worth. Even content creation is a skill. Formulate content. Think about it, because you can say use AI. Even AI, you have to learn how to prompt it to give you good content. If not, you give it garbage in, garbage out. Follow up is a skill. When you start something, can you follow up consistently until you complete it? When you start a discussion with someone, can you follow up? Okay? So 1 day doesn't change much, but 1 year changes everything. Just decide what you do every day. Then in 1 year's time, you'll see different. Then 10 years changes your entire life. In 10 years, you can change your entire life. That means from where you live now, the building you build for yourself, the car you'll be riding for yourself, the home, the family you build for the schools your children will be at, a lot of things. If you go into thinking in decades and break it down, I'll teach you how these things are done. Because you have to be intentional. Everybody you see who is wealthy anywhere in the world today was intentional. I too was intentional. And I'll tell you what, my own journey, my own wealth creation journey started when I became awakened by my mentor. That was in 2017. Can't forget that year, 2017, right? But it was 2016. My mentor started training me. So I went through that whole training for 1 year, 2016. By 2017, I became that firebrand. I started putting this together, putting one together, structured my growth, structured my transition all the way to where I am today. Okay? So compounding works. It works in knowledge, it works in relationships, it works with your reputation, it works with your skills, it works with wealth creation, it works with leadership. Everything compounds. Let me tell you, good habits compound, bad habits compound. It's not just money that compounds. So these trainings I'm giving you now, it's entering your brain, it's entering your subconscious. You wouldn't know. But when the chips are down, I need to pull the file, you will see it come up. All right? So let me give an example. For example, let us say you are an answer affiliate, for example, and you post valuable content every day for 3 years. Just value, you are giving just value in content. You are compounding value in content every year for 3 years. Then another person who is also an affiliate posts only when they need money. That means he won't post at all until he goes broke. He now comes to his WhatsApp chat. He posts his status update on Instagram, update, so people can give him order. All right. Now, let me ask you this question. Which of these two, who builds trust? Of course, your guess is as good as mine. The person who posts every day, creating value for 3 years. Again, who builds authority? Who becomes an authority in that field by virtue of the content the person has created over and over again? The first person. All right. Now, who builds a larger customer base? Some of you don't know that you have to build your customer base. That money you seek for is available, just that you've not built a customer base that will keep that money flowing. Okay? Now, it is still the person who was posting steadily for 3 years. Then ask again, which one wins when it comes to consistency? Of course, the person who posted valuable content every day for 3 years, because of that consistency, the person will always win. That means at that 3rd year, that person can never lack money again. That person's followership might now be up to 100,000 followers on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere. The one that posts once in a while, his followership will still be at 20 something or 30 something. And then the time will come when people no longer even buy from the person again because they see it's inconsistent. People gravitate towards authorities or experts in the field. You are listening to me today because you have seen my results. If I have no results and I call you and say I want to teach you wealth, you will listen to me. Okay? So that's how it is. You need to first become an authority. I see people answering coach this, coach that, coach this one, coach that one. Everybody online is a coach. Everybody online is an expert, right? Very good. Mentor this, mentor that. No problem. It's good to answer the name. Very beautiful name, coach, mentor, beautiful. But do you have the results? If push comes to shove, what will you show? When the chips are down, when we say show all working, can you show the working? Now, I'm not discouraging you. Let me tell you, anybody can teach online. Anybody can teach online. In fact, I want you to start teaching online. Just all you need is just know 2 steps ahead of those you are teaching and you are good to go. Because today I'm an expert. Some people might not relate with me well because of how far I have gone. But I can relate with you better because you are still closer to them. You've not gone too far. Do you understand? So it's not a bad idea. What I'm saying is that you need to understand that if you want to answer coach, answer mentor online, then you want somebody who loves learning, who is constantly learning and constantly reading. Because you must keep bettering yourself and bettering yourself and bettering yourself. If not, people can tell when you are empty, when there's no content again. Okay? So back to what we're discussing, right? Long-term thinking. Stop chasing quick money. Quick money often disappears quickly. Why? Because there's no infrastructure holding it. There's no structure. There are no vessels holding it. It just came in. The same way it came in, to jump out. All right? Real wealth grows slowly. Let me tell you what many Nigerians are doing. Today, you jump into crypto. You try. You won't still to even understand what it's all about. Understand the season. Understand the market. Or you jump out. You jump into Forex tomorrow. Okay, Forex is where it's happening. Forex is where it's happening. Forex. Next thing, you lose money there. You forget that all the Forex traders who are successful today all lost millions before they started making money. You lose money, you say, no, this Forex doesn't work. Next thing, you jump into POS business. POS is beginning, you get umbrella, get table, hire a staff, get POS machine, give them at least, if somebody withdraws money, each 1,000, 100 naira, each 1,000, 100 naira. You are still doing the POS. Next thing, you come online, you see one beautiful lady. She's talking of how she went to Canton Fair in China. I will teach you importation, mini importation business with just 15,000 or 10,000 mini importation business. Next year, like, hey, I want to put import exporter in my supplementary card. Import from China. So they will tell you, I can show you how to import something for as cheap as 200 naira in China and sell it in Nigeria for 20,000 naira. You know, hey, you jump into importation straight. You now head importation. The Chinese people will now use knife, cut you very well. As because you know this now. You don't know that they get teaching me importation, has been importing for more than 10 years. She won't tell you she imported for 10 years because she knew I left from her right. But she make you feel as if she just entered China today and then she was smart. Right? Okay. Next thing, you say, importation has finished you. Custom dealt with you. You know, they won't tell you everything involved, both clearing, both shipping, a lot of story, demurrage, everything, dollar exchange rates. You are still buying goods in China. Naira has lost value already. As in, so you are now behind your the money you spent. You've already started losing money before your container even comes in, right? Okay, you say okay. This one is not working again. Next thing, agric. Our first lady said we should start frying akara and kuli and corn. Okay, somebody will plant the beans now. Somebody will plant the corn now. Somebody will plant the granules before you see to harvest and sell. Abi? Okay, no problem. So let's jump into agric. Everybody enters poultry. Poultry, that they tell you that poultry, if you buy chicken, that in 7 weeks you can sell to fast food owners. If you buy layer, it lays 1 egg every day. So if you have like 300, you'll be getting up to 8 crates. They won't tell you what is involved in terms of both considerations, how chickens die like very easily. Even they will tell you even fish farming, point and kill. That if you just start a pond every 6 weeks, maybe 6 months, you harvest, you know, you dump in. You forget that those who are doing well in point and kill fish business, some of them have done that business consistently for 5 years. They know the ups and downs, they know the bad times and the good times, they know how to save money when there's excess, then pump it back into the business when there's droughts. Because every market goes up and down, up and down. Next thing, that one deals with you. You come back online again. Let me just create a course, another course. Let me just create which course again do I, you come and start looking for which course to go into again. Now they say it's which other one again, whatever it is that's going on online. Now you keep jumping from one to the other, to the other, to the other. Well, these things are happening to you, not because those businesses are bad though. In every business you say is bad, somebody is succeeding in that business. Somebody has built 6 decades into 4. Somebody has built an empire around that business. So it's not because the business is bad, but because you never stay long enough to master one. Do you understand? Then you begin to jump up and down. So you're jumping, in 5 years, you've done 6 different businesses. Builders understand that mastery creates wealth. You can only create wealth in a field you've mastered. All right? Once you allow distraction comes in, distraction brings frustration. That's why we have the 10,000 hour rule. 10,000 hour rule. Go and read it up. It says that for you to gain mastery in anything at all, even in playing golf, you would have played it for 10,000 hours. Do the mathematics and know how many days, how many years it's come to 10,000 hours. Check it. That's 24 hours in a day. So check what it takes to have put in 10,000 hours into one thing. The Tiger Woods of today, they fulfilled that, they fulfilled it. The Bill Gates of today, they fulfilled it. The Amazon, they fulfilled it. Everybody fulfilled it. For everybody who you know is worthy, Dangote fulfilled it. 10,000 hours. So what gave you the impression of quick money? Where did you get that impression from, quick money? There's nothing like quick money. Nothing. No amount of breakthrough service. This New Year evening, you go for breakthrough crossover service, right? They say you this year is my year. New Year's resolution. Excuse me, it's not your year. It will become your year when you have finished the 10,000 hour rule and have attained mastery in one thing. The year immediately you attain that 10,000 hours in that thing, that year it becomes your year. You know, it will be like making, you see, wealth is when you have become the person that can create and build the wealth. Do you understand? Okay? So have you spent some time switching opportunities than building one? You don't need multiple opportunities. You just need one opportunity. Settle down, understand it, begin to build it. That's all you need, right? It is in building that opportunity you begin to build assets, not expenses. When you are jumping from one opportunity to the other, you are amassing expenses. But when you settle down a particular one, initially you make some expenses out of error because you are still in the ropes. You don't understand what is going on, right? Once you learn it, you now see that you are now spending less than what is coming in. Gradually begin to now focus on increasing what is coming in while reducing what is going out, the leakage. All right. So everything you buy either produces income or consumes income. You see, in life, somebody tells you that he's in one place. Nobody stays in one place. The world rotates. It's always moving. Okay? And then you are in life too. You are either going forward or going backward. You can't be in one place. So if you see yourself not going forward, it just means you are going backward. You're dropping back. So also income. Two ways. The word understand something. That it is either something produces income, an expense produces income, or the expense consumes income. So you begin to look at this time where you are now, every money you have is a seed to be planted into an asset. When we say assets, when we think of houses, think of company shares, okay? Think of buying, you know, when they say asset, it seems too big in your head. Let me bring it down. For every age, for every stage you are in life, there's an asset you can buy towards increasing your income in the next 5 to 10 years. Let me give you an example of assets. A business is an asset. Whatever business you are doing now is an asset. Just need to know how to make it an asset instead of a liability. All right? Affiliate systems are assets. The affiliate system is an asset. Rental property is an asset. The books you write, if you are good in writing something, you know, putting your knowledge into paper for generations to come, it's an asset. If you are a researcher, like I research, I have about 8 publications now online. Research work I've done. That's my own contribution of knowledge to the world. To be there forever. Okay? It's an asset. Online courses are assets. From time to time, bring out some money just to do an online course. Not because you intend to do business with it, but you intend to improve your knowledge base, improve your thought processes. Each extra knowledge you acquire, your brain has more files in the subconscious to pass information through to arrive at a decision for you. I mean, if I want to go into a decision-making process, there are some files you process to arrive at a decision. So, the more knowledgeable you are, the wisdom people will see in your decision-making process. Okay? Now, personal brand is an asset. Personal brand, building a personal brand is an asset. So you as a person, you're an asset. You can build yourself into a brand, become an asset. All right? Now, copyright, you can have things that are copyrighted. That means things that would need to come to you and get the authorization before they can use it. Like our product now is patented. Okay? The technology behind how we produce that, our answers and sort tea, is patented. Only I can produce that tea in that way for the next 25 years. It's only after that patent expires that I can divulge the technology to anybody. If somebody wants to use it, the person has to pay me royalties to use that technology. Because it's something we did in the laboratory. We researched for up to 7 years before we came out with that process. Which is why when you go and buy some tea elsewhere and pick our own, you see something different. Our own is faster in action than others. Okay? So it's a technology. That's what's called copyright, right? YouTube channel is an asset. You can start building one now. To build a YouTube channel, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers. You need to have at least 4,000 view hours. Are you seeing there's no quick money anywhere? There's no quick money. 4,000 view hours from people you don't know. 1,000 subscribers before YouTube starts paying you. So where did you get the concept of quick money? Even Facebook, I don't know what Facebook monetization entails. Even TikTok, all of them, they have criteria, which means you must do something consistently, have a customer base, viewing base, before they begin to now watch you. All right? An email list is an asset. Email list. People actually grow their email list. The bigger your email list, the more funds you have access to. Because each thing you want to share, each product you want to sell, you push it down the email list. And because you've been giving them value, when you send that thing, they read it, they can reach out to you and make purchase. Okay? Loyal customers are assets. That's why they say cash is king. Loyal customers assure you of that cash. All right? Then let's go to liabilities, because before you didn't think all these things were assets, right? So you were joking with them. We're taking them for granted. Now let's go to liabilities. Your phones you bought only for status reason, not because you want to do videos, you want to do something important. You just bought it. Everybody's buying iPhone 17 Pro Max, 17 Pro Max. You got born 4.something million, 5 million, and buy it, and they hold it in your hand. What do they call them? Slave wings. You are a Gen Z, but right? Okay. That's 5 million you're carrying in your hand. You put it, that 5 million in the hand of a person who has that wealth consciousness. That person can turn that 5 million into 300 million in 5 years' time. Or even more than that. Okay? Then fashion, you bought fashion. It's good to look good. Don't quote me wrong. It's good to look good, right? But when you now, if you are dressing, you are buying fashion because you are doing a YouTube channel, you are doing, you're coming online, you are showcasing certain things, you are modeling, So if you get the fashion, then it's part of your business. Like people who buy, you want to be like Davido and Wizkid and wear what they wear. You forget that they are in show business. You want to be like Cubana chief priest, Abi Obi Cubana, none of them. They are in show biz. So showing off is their business. That's how they attract the customer base that puts money in their pockets. Musicians are into show business, so they can buy. Burna Boy can buy a car of 1 billion, buy a car of 10 billion, no problem. He needs to improve his worth, the perception of his worth in the minds of his audience. So when they see that he has a car of 2 billion, he has a private jet, he has a house in Banana Island, when he comes and charges you 50 million to come for your show, you will not argue. You're like, he's more than it. That you understand? When Burna Boy went to World Cup to perform, I don't know how much they paid him, but FIFA will pay him very well because of his worth, his net worth. That means they've seen things. So if he's coming to the airport, they will send a big car to pick him up because they know this guy drives cars of 2 billion. But if he's a good singer, but he doesn't have these razzmatazz around him, they might tell him to come on foot. Or tell him, okay, they will invite him for a show. They will tell him, okay, are you stopping at Yongshan Grow Motors, the motor park? Okay, no problem. We stop at the motor park, enter Keke. Then meet us in the, when you get to the gate, we will tell the bouncer it's you, so they can open for you to come, so you can sing for us. I do understand the difference now. So they need to show off. So you can, when you call them, they say, call my secretary. You call the secretary, say, okay, he's busy now. Okay, he has a show today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. Okay, when is your own date? Okay, you pick us from the airport. He does only private jets. Remember when Flavor was flying private jets? Not because it's just that showbiz to improve his works. Okay, so if you're not into the business of showbiz, you have no business buying fashion up and down. Take that money and invest in something good. Still buy what you need to do good. Okay, so expensive lifestyle without income. The funny thing in life is that the rich are the wealthy hide themselves. That means they want to know they are wealthy. The empty are the ones showing off their wealth, showing off the bling bling, the chain, the everything. All right. So you don't need an expensive lifestyle without the income. You don't need that, right? Then you must run from debt for consumption. Most of you borrow money for consumption. That's the biggest problem Nigeria has. We are borrowing for consumption and debt servicing. No capital infrastructure, no money for capital expenditure, nothing, no money entering into production, just consumption. We borrow, we eat, and that's why we are where we are today. Okay? So ask yourself going forward, before buying anything, ask yourself, will this help me earn more next year? It mustn't be this year. Think long term. When I bought this microphone, it's a microphone, right? Then they were selling, there was what's called the boom mics. The boom mics had their various grades. There are ones that are cheap and ones that are expensive, right? Now I got one of the best quality because why? I told myself, I want a microphone I can use for long without having to buy it again. Now I bought this microphone 2019 and we're in 2026. It's still working. I've not fixed nothing. Now when I bought it, I had not started doing podcast then or teaching online, but I told myself I'm going to go into this. So I started buying my tools. So it mustn't be, it can be anything you buy. Just when you want to buy something, just think, okay, I'm just giving you examples. When I bought this speaker, right? Why did I buy it? Because of how flat it is, that this speaker can enter my laptop bag. So when I go for presentations, let's say I travel now and I want to come online and teach or present, instead of using my laptop speaker, which will not be loud enough, I link it to this and keep it by the side, so it's not bulky. So, but somebody can buy this now for music, just to play music and make noise up and down. But these are my own reasons. Anything I buy. So when you buy something, the need might not be immediate. Just tell yourself, can this thing I'm buying have any way of giving me money in the next 1 year? Once it can save you money in the next 1 year, it can bring money in the next 1 year, buy it as an asset. Do you get? So that's how you keep thinking. That's how you keep asking questions in 1 year, not immediately. Most times you buy something to get the benefit immediately. You are buying on impulse. You have to stop impulse spending. Impulse spending. You just have money in your pocket. You have that need to spend. Hold on. Think. This money going, is it going to bring money back? Or is it going, gone? Begin to see money as soldiers that you must send out to capture more. So think like a farmer. All right? You guys think farmers are poor. Farmers are not poor. Farmers are not poor. But you're exposed to farmers who have a poor mentality. If you see the big guys who are farming, like big guys, in fact, two things most wealthy men go into is real estate and farming. Farmers understand something many entrepreneurs forget. They know preparation comes first before harvest. Preparation. All right. So imagine planting maize today. Would you expect to harvest the maize tomorrow? No. You must give it time, 6 months or 3 months, depending on the species you planted. All right. So business works that same way. You plant, you grow your knowledge about that business. That means you start a business means you've planted a business. It won't give you inflow yet. You will still be spending money on that business because you just planted it. Then you have to start growing your knowledge. Your experience as that business is going on, as it's growing, you're increasing in knowledge of how to manage that business well, depending on where you, because a laundry you started in Enugu is different from a laundry you open in Lagos. Why? Because, for example, in Lagos, anywhere you dig a borehole in Lagos, you will see water. In Enugu, the Enugu main town, you can't dig a borehole in the main town because of coal deposits. Unless you go to the peripheral. That's why every hotel in Enugu main town must have a tanker to buy water from 9th Mile. So if you have a laundry in Enugu main town, you have another branch in Lagos. The Lagos one, you just dig borehole once, and you have all the water you need for your services. So you don't longer pay for water again. The Enugu one, you'll be buying tanker of water every week. Tanker every 32,000 for 50,000 every week. Just water only. Secondly, in Enugu, that same laundry, anywhere you want to go inside Enugu, maximum 20 minutes here where you want to go to. I mean, Enugu doesn't have hold up. Once you move, you have moved, you get where you're going to. In fact, you can have an appointment, let's say by 10 o'clock, and you leave your house by 15 minutes to 10, and you will still get to the place before 10. But in Lagos, you cannot go to more than 2 places in a day. If you have an 8 o'clock appointment, you have to leave your house by 3 o'clock, depending on where you are living and where you are going to. Do you understand now? So if you are in Enugu, for example, somebody can be your customer, and the person is living 5 kilometers away from where your laundry is because he likes the way you wash clothes. In Lagos, your customer must be somebody living within 300 meters in your radius. Nobody can travel distances with hold on just to go and give a laundry elsewhere. Are you understanding how the same business, difference in location, changes the whole parameters? Do you understand now? So as your knowledge increases based on that business and the location you cited it, next thing is you begin to increase relationships. It is relationships that will keep that business liquid and growing. So if you are good with communication, if you are bad with communication, you have a problem. If you are bad with maintaining relationships, you have a problem. If you have a bad character, you have a problem. But if you have good communication skills, you are good maintaining relationships, a wonderful personality, you are caring, okay? You know what it takes. So those things now also determine that the business will be successful. Next thing is the skills involved in that business. If you don't have the skills, you can employ people with competent skills to join that system to make it successful, right? Next thing is content. What is the content of that business? Is it just an empty business, or does it have things? It's like, say, for example, you are running a travel agency business. Before now, for example, now we can book flights online. But let's say before, a travel agent is somebody you go to, he helps you book a flight, plan your trip, and everything. Now, he can just do it there. You just call on phone, they do it and give you your ticket and they go. Another travel agency, when you call them, instead of just asking you where are you going to, they're like, what's your trip going to be like? You say, okay, I'm leaving Nigeria, I'm going to Kenya. From Kenya, I'll go to India. They can tell you, okay, why not go through Tanzania so you can look at their safari? Are you going on holidays? Are you going on a business trip? You say, I'm going on a holiday. Okay, you go with your family. How many are there? Okay, you alone. Okay, can you pass through Tanzania? It's the same flight ticket. I can do you a transit visa, stop in Tanzania, do a layover, but see their wildlife, then continue to India. That's a package, right? They can say, okay, then on the day you're going to leave, the travel agents, for example, sends a car to pick you from your house, because if you drive your car and come, you cannot park it in the airport. Maybe you don't have a driver. They come and do pickup services, add it, send it to the airport, then arrange what do you call them? A butler on the arrival country to pick you up. You understand? Like, that's what means content. What and what can you put into that business that others aren't doing? These are success factors, because you're thinking 10 years. You're not thinking now. You're building these things in, knowing that as time goes on, business become competitive. This added advantage you are known for will differentiate you from the masses, from the crowd. Next thing is trust. You start building trust. Rather than lose out a customer, instead lose money. Something's not the customer's fault. you know it's not the customer's fault. But if you put your head into it, you will take the you carry the financial implication. You say, okay, let me make my customer happy. Give them, step in, take up that bill. The customer will still know you took that bill on their behalf. Just make them comfortable. Tomorrow, that customer will, from word of mouth, bring more. Next is consistency. Don't start what you can't finish. Nigeria, for example, we are good at building hotels, very beautiful hotels. But come back to that hotel 3 years down the line, you will be shocked at what you will see. So we build hotels without building in the maintenance infrastructure, as in building in maintenance costs. Into that means Nigerians just, someone has like 500 million. He builds a hotel of 488 million and leaves just maybe another 5 million to run the hotel, takes the others. Right? Then he's hoping that he will use the money he generates from the hotel to keep maintaining the hotel. But a white man, we have 500 million to build a hotel. He will build a hotel of 50 million. Then factor in maintenance of 30 million every year for the next 10 years. Do you understand? So he has kept 300 million in an account, interest in an account, just to service that hotel for 10 years. Then the balance of the money, maybe 150 million, he puts aside 50 million for staff salary for 6 months in the hotel. Puts another 50 million for consumables, the towels, the soap, the toilet roll, everything again, another account, the hotel. Then holds 20 million as interest or running costs. So what happens? He's comfortable running that hotel for 10 good years, everything taken care of. So when the money from the hotel is coming out, he's not under pressure to respend it, to burn it, to, he is now, because he has settled 10 years. So he has enough time to plan. He can now use that money to expand further, expand his customer base. He's not under pressure. That's why most hotels, all these hotel chains, like the Golden Tulips, the Tulip Hotel, the Hilton Hotels, the Best Western Floor, those hotels, Radisson Blu, those chains, they are more successful than individual hotels, which is why individuals now build hotels and hand it over to a hotel chain to run for them and manage for them. Because hotel chains understand that they need to keep their standard consistent over time, over the years. That's how they will now have focused, steady customers who like their standards. Are you understanding these things now? Consistency is why a franchise like McDonald's is doing well. Every McDonald's shop you enter into, the fast food is the same taste, standardized and consistent. Consistency is why Starbucks is doing amazingly well all over the world, because every coffee, every espresso is the same taste, the same standard over and over again. Consistency is why Coca-Cola is everywhere in the world today. Coke tastes the same everywhere, every time. That consistency. All right? Reason being that humans are acclimatized to tastes, not just taste buds in taste. That means in their class, in their taste, in what they love, in what they like. Humans want certainty, not uncertainty. So you come to a hotel that was beautiful when they built it newly, you lodged there, you enjoyed it. You come back 2 years down the line, the hotel is now dirty, is now terrible, unpainted, unkept, poor services. You're not coming back there again. Never. All right? So with all these things now, next one is the sales conversations. Sales conversations. Once these things are in place, you can begin to lock down bundle sales. Then that's when, at that point, you now talk about harvests. Harvest now comes. All right. So many people now quit during the planting season. You are still planting. You are already tired. This is not making sense. You quit. But builders stay on. They stay the course until harvest season. All right. So for a 10-year wealth vision, instead of asking, where do I want to be next month? Ask, who do I want to become in the next 10 years? Imagine yourself 10 years from today. What business or businesses would you own by then? How many people would you have helped through that system you built? How much monthly income would that your system be generating in the next 10 years? How many leaders would you have raised in that 10 years? Remember, because we have to obey the law of duplication. Without duplication, there can be multiplication. So if in a system, you need to, I'm a leader now, I'm consciously building leaders through this, my training, through the one I did in the business school. I'm building leaders. All right. Very soon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of you will better than I am. And if all of us are partnering in any business at all, that business has no reason not to excel. Now, it's when I have 10 leaders plus myself 11, I can now enjoy the multiplier effect, multiplication effect. Because I have only 24 hours. By the time I have 10 people who have 24 hours, that's 240 hours. Then add my own 24. Are you understanding now? That's how you are now enjoying the multiplier effect. So it is in every business. Some of you will ask, why is the big man training an apprentice or a boy to come and compete with him in the same business 7 years down the line? No, he's training that apprentice to become a leader. For those who understand. So if that big man has 10 apprentices, of course, he will be freeing them one after the other as they clock 7 years, right? Maybe in a space of 10 years, he has freed all 10 of them. Remember, they are still starting, so they don't have capital like the other, right? So they will be lifting goods from him because they are selling the same product he's selling, they're the same line. What now happens? That man's ability to push out products has multiplied times 10. He has his own customer base. Those 10 people go to build their own customer base wherever they are. And then they lift product from their master because he gives them credit line. So if he was importing one container before, that takes him 1 month to discharge. 10 years from when he started training those boys, and they now have their own businesses, he will now be importing 11 containers, one for him and one for 10 of his boys, each of them one, and they will all push that in 1 month. So the man has gone from 1 container a month to 11 containers a month. Then in a year, the man is doing 11 times 12. So you see the man, when he's now importing 11 containers per year, sorry, 11 containers per month, right? Let's do the calculation. So 11 now times 12, that's 132 containers is what that man will do in the 10th year. Because he took 9 years to train out 10 apprentices who he freed in the 7th year. Then they use the 8th and 9th year to gather their own customer base. Then by the 10th year, our guy is now throwing 102 containers. Then you now meet him then. He's now answering Chief Omemboji. He does traditional title. He buys Rolls Royce Phantom. Then you will now see him and say, hey, this man. So he was just importing only phones. Today he has built mansion. He has built this. He has done that. He don't know that it took him 10 years to build that structure that gave him what he's doing there. Then you take the money you have, you jump into phone importation, thinking that that's where the magic is. No. Are you understanding why I said long-term thinking? Nobody that created wealth did it short-term. Okay? So you ask yourself, how many years have you raised? What reputation do you have? Are you the type that cheat people? Somebody will work for you for 5 years, 7, 6 years. You throw out one allegation on him that he stole from you and chase him out. You saw those big men who don't know their boys well. The marketers know, everybody knows. They're waiting for them somewhere. Once you have a bad reputation, it's spread, everybody knows. If 10 people come in contact with you, what do they feel when they leave? It all adds. It adds up, okay, to the legacy you are building. What legacy are you building? Now, when you are done setting or writing all these things I've mentioned now, now is the time to walk it backwards. You know, I told you, I give you practical things to do. I'm not telling you, I'm telling you how to go about achieving this now. After you've answered all this question, now do what we call reverse engineering. Okay, walk backwards. Now, let's say you've written down what you want to be like in the next 10 years. Like next 10 years, that next 10 years begins today. What will be the next 10 years? Decision starts today. All right. Now, building long-term wealth through any system you want, I will still show you how to do what we call reverse engineering. But let me come back to Answer Affiliate, for example, because that is one of the systems available now. Okay. Now, what I've seen, experienced, many Answer affiliates join hoping to make money this month. They're in a hurry. They want to make it now. Even though we've built in some level of inflow in that system, some people want to make the money without doing the work. All right. Now, so a business that gives you profit margin of almost 20% of that business, and you didn't put in capital, you didn't manufacture, you didn't do anything. All you did was refer somebody bought, and you take 20% of that, of the revenue, not profit, revenue. Do you know that pharmacy shops, pharmacies, people build pharmacies, a whole pharmacy, rent it, as they rent the property from somebody. Maybe I paid a good pharmacy in a good environment should pay at least 3 million per annum in rent, minimum. If it's Abuja, 10 million upwards per year, right? Then you go through the first inspection, PCN inspection, they do their first inspection, do their second inspection, do their third inspection. You knock shelves, knock everything, then stock it with product. You might stock a product worth 35 million or 30 million. Let's say you are doing OPEC, just small something, maybe like better medicine. At least you will stock it at least 2 or 3 million. Then you start selling. Do you know that if they give you any product, whether paracetamol or anything, the big pharmacy shops, like the H Medics, the Oak Pharmacy, those big Health Plus, all those big chains, Med Plus, what they mark up is 1.5. That means anything you give them to sell, they sell with a profit margin of 15%. That means if they bought something from you, let's say they bought it at, say you supply something to them at 1,000, okay? Then by 1.5, that's 1,500. That's the highest for very big ones. Most ones now have to bring it further down, you know. So you now have a system that gives you a product. You didn't pay, you didn't rent a shop, you didn't rent anything, you registered, became an affiliate, you got product, and then for each one you push out, you're making almost 20%. And some we stay 1 full month, sell nothing, or maybe sell only, I'm going to sell one, right? And then tell you there's no money in the business. But you sold just one. How will you see the money in the business when you sold one? People are selling 10, 20. Gradually, somebody sold 10 this month. He's building a cliente, building customer base. Next thing, she starts selling 20. She's building her cliente, building customer base. Suddenly, she starts selling 50 in a month. She's building customer base. She starts selling 100. She's building customer base. Then 2 years down the line, she's able to sell 300 pieces in a month. That is true wealth. It's not in one part you sold. It's in that customer base you have built. That's where the money lies. Okay? But now to build that customer base, we're talking about now, to harness the potential of 20%. Because even if you go to bank, the best bank can give you in any, in fact, if you take loan from bank, you understand how, you understand. In fact, the easiest way to understand percentages, when take loan from either Money Points or not Money Points, sorry. What are these online? Money Point is okay. I'm talking about what are those quick fair money, those quick cash, those banks, those ones that give you loan sharp, and then you are paying 35%. every month. That's the type. Go and take those kind of loan. You understand what percentage means. Okay? So builders ask different questions. How do I become an authority to make that sales to the level you want, to make that inflow you need? You need to become an authority there. You mustn't be a pharmacist, you mustn't be a doctor. Just have the product knowledge. The boy who is selling his August electronics in the shop didn't manufacture the electronic. He's not Samsung, he's not Sony, he's not Philip, he's not Huawei. He just took time to understand the product and have the product knowledge. And not that if somebody comes in and asks, I want to buy product, he says, okay, which one do you want? You give an idea. Say, okay, why not try this one? This one is better. You give differences. Help the buyer make an informed decision. Once you position yourself as being knowledgeable in a field, automatically sales will gravitate to you. Some of you know what these products do. You've not taken time to go and read about post-trade, read about breast cancer, read about urinary tract infection, read about erectile dysfunction. Read around. These are regular things people suffer from. Read about headache. Read about stomach ache. Just read. You mustn't be a pharmacist. You mustn't be a medical doctor. Just have basic knowledge, health-wise. Become health conscious for your own good. So when you're sharing knowledge with people, then this person is knowledgeable. They will listen to you. People are primed to defer to authority. Okay? Then a builder will ask when they come in to answer, even though I joined this system 77,000, how do I build thousands of loyal customers? They start researching. How do I develop leaders? Because I am now developing my own leaders. I'm training you to become leaders in my community. You also ought to begin to think of how to raise your own community and become a leader that can also lead others. Even in the Bible, there are captains of tens, captains of hundreds, captains of thousands, captains of tens of thousands. That is how the world is. Today, I'm a captain of tens of thousands. Can you at least be a captain of 10? As my training is ongoing, I'm bringing you up. You become a captain of hundreds. Gradually, you become a captain of 1,000. And that is how you have your army or your sales force. So when you enter any market, you grab your own market share. Nobody will give you a market share. You have to go there and get your own. What is yours? It's a competition. Okay? Then you begin to ask yourself, how do I create systems? I have created system. If I share my system with you, you're amazed. Now it's time for you to create your own system. Even as a company, I shared a timetable of what we do as a company. Okay? I can give you just a brief overview of what our internal systems look like. Now, what's in our system? Okay? Let me share that one with you now, so you understand what I mean. That when you hear system, you know, what is this system? Everybody keeps saying system. What is in the system? Okay? So a system, very simple. There's a marketing system, right? And which is their goal is to generate leads. After marketing system, there's a sales system whose goal is to convert those leads into customer. Now, inside there, there's the operations system whose goal is to deliver the product and services. Do you understand? And there's a support system that's supposed to handle customer complaints and what to call the feedback mechanism loop. Then there's the finance system, okay, whose duty, their goal is to manage cash flow and profitability of the business. So when you're able to combine all this together to tackle this idea of getting the value you created to the hand of those who need that value, you need that system. Now, for that system to be optimized, inside that system, you need to also understand what needs to be done by each unit of that system. You need to understand why it matters that that thing gets done. Next thing is to assign that role to somebody who owns it. You don't just say, let this be done, let that be done. Appoint who owns it. Someone should take ownership of it. Then next thing is, when that happens, what happens if this happens? What happens if this happens? That's what we call an SOP. You must have an SOP, standard operating procedures. Okay? And then in that SOP, you now say how what gets done. If this happens, do it this way. If that happens, do it that way. That way, you now create also room for redundancy, which means if somebody is sick and cannot come to work, you can package the SOP and give to the next team member and say, follow these SOPs, you get this job done. Now, next thing is, what is in those systems? Targets. All of them have their targets, both marketing, sales, operations, finance. They all it starts on targets. So if you created that system, you know what target to give what to what based on the percentages. For example, the marketing needs to know how many leads needs to come into the top of their funnel before out of that lead, how many now comes in to the bottom of the funnel that they feed into the sales system for sales conversion. Sales conversion knows how many leads comes from marketing that we are able to convert. So if your sales conversion mechanism process has a 2% conversion rate, it means that for each 100 leads that come from marketing to sales, 2 buy. So if you now want 6 to buy, it means marketing has to feed in 300 leads. Marketing on their own knows that for 100 leads to go to sales conversion, that they have a 5% conversion mechanism from top of funnel to bottom of funnel. So for each 100 people that comes at top of the funnel, 5 moves down the sales and comes out to the sales team. So if marketing wants to have 100 people fed to sales, then they have to do the multiplier effect at 5%. How many? So that means they need to bring in at least 50,000 on top. Or for the calculation of them for 100 or 300 to flow down to sales. Then the operations teams knows that for every 100 sales that come into the sales department, their conversion rate is 2% immediately. Then the other 98% is converted through follow-up. So the sales team is very into two. The unit handles follow-up, while one handles immediate purchase. Operations team knows that for each 100, they must deliver 2 products. So on time, they begin to get ready for the 2 to deliver now, and the other 98 to deliver later. Finance understands that daily sales, if we have 100 leads per day, our daily sales is 2 packets per day. So our financial expenses cannot be more than 1 packet, what 1 packet gives us per day. So we can keep the other one for operational overhead, impromptu operational expenses. Then finances will then tell you, okay, that what I can kick back into Facebook ad again is only this amount. Then I look on this system I have created and begin to audit them. Are you understanding? That's how wealth is created. I'm just telling you, these things are, well, it's not rocket science, but it takes you to understand this thing. Now, so what is in that system? I told you targets. I've just showed you how targets goes through these whole systems. When you understand this now, I can tell myself, okay, finance, I want us to make 20 million this week. Based on your data, how much should I put into ads? Based on our various percentages conversion from marketing to sales that will give us 20 million in finance. And how much we need to not spend above, so we have that 20 million at the end of the month after salaries are paid. Do you get? Finance now looks at the data. Okay, sir, if we allocate 5 million to ads this week, we will make 20 million in inflow because our return on ad spend is a social percentage, 1 in 4. Are you understanding now? That's when you have a system. So in that system, you have marketing, you have leads, you have lead management, you have sales management, then you have scaling. What I just told you now is how to scale. If you want to scale, that's why I have records. Like anytime you say, as I'm teaching you now, I just go straight my records because it's written. Everything is written. Okay? It's not fluke. I'm not copying from somewhere. It's something I sit down, I write, I plan, I begin to teach. The marketing team, I have something I was going to teach them today. Let me show it to you. My marketing team, I train them. Okay? This sales closing method, you see, is handwritten. I wrote it myself. That's it. So I also teach them this today. But today I had another business. I had to go see a doctor. We had an appointment before I was doing presentation and everything. I couldn't come back on time. So tomorrow by 10 o'clock, my marketing team, I'm teaching them. I'm improving the capacity. I want to improve their sales conversion ratios and percentages through trainings. Okay? So how do you develop leaders? How do you create system? I've just showed you. When you hear systems, I've just shared the system with you now. It looks simple, but somebody sat down and created the system, knowing what to do where and where. Even when we make challenges with logistics, this stocking system, I created it. How to now develop their own stockist management dashboard. Those of you who were with me when we started this business, you know how we came about stockists. At least it happened in your very before. I made the challenge. I didn't know I will have that challenge. I made the challenge. I brainstormed through it and created the solution. And today, that's what we're using today. So our operations, all the sales we generate as a company, we now feed it to the stockists. Stockists service our sales. So we're also helping the stockists make money. Pending till they're able to pick up to and start making money on their own. You see? So we've already taken care of distribution as well. So that's how to build recurring income. So now in that system I have now put together, I can tell myself, okay, if I put 5 million in ad spend at this point, this is how much to bring in even at this point. Meanwhile, it is product passing down that line, right? I tell myself, okay, to generate this 20 million in a week, I need to also have raw material to manufacture this amount of products, which is the value we are creating. Push it down this system. Then this system brings it out as recurring income the other side. So whenever you're able to create a system in which you begin to harness a resource. When you hear the word resource, what does it mean? It's divided into two. RE/source. RE. Then you see source, right? So resource means a source you can keep going back to over and over and over again. Now, remember, because I am thinking in 10 years and above, I'm even thinking 50 years, not even 10 years. I've now got to, I'm thinking 50 years, heading towards 100. So I would have, when I built this system, initially I was depending on people supplying me my raw materials, right? At the point I told myself, a time will come when my demand for raw materials will make the price of the raw material skyrockets, which will now affect the price of my product. And I want to keep my product price steady, same for the next 10 years, by God's grace. Else if Nigeria, Naira messes up again. But let's say that's my game plan. The price remains like this, no changing price, 10 years. If things remain the way they are. Okay? Now, I told myself, if my price should remain steady, what will move my price out is if the cost of raw materials go up. It's going to affect my overhead. And of course, with demand increase, of course, we increase over time. By the time I build a customer base for over 10 years, what did I do? I removed some funds and then went and started a plantation. A plantation that will feed me raw materials for 50 years. Are you understand how one is thinking long term? So tomorrow now, when you see this system, which I have created or built, growing, expanding, bringing more inflow, you will think, I went and did something somewhere. Did some juju somewhere, did some jazz somewhere. No. This is how it's done. And this system, even if we take this system from me, and if I come into your own field, I don't care what it is you are doing, even if you are doing laundry, even if you are doing tailoring, if I come into your field now, I will look at what you are doing and create a system around it. It doesn't need to, it might not even be this design I use for answer. If I look at your business, break it down, do my market research, do my audience mapping, everything I'm done, and do the customer journey, I will create a system around it. And then I'll get to a point where I'll tell you, if you put this money here every week, see how much will come out from here. If you put this one here, see, until you're able to get yourself to where your system can be able to give you data that you know what to put where and where. In fact, if I see, anytime we analyze our weekly performance, once I see it, I know the problem. I know what the problem is. I know where to put input, where we say, okay, focus this way, let's go that way. Okay? And I don't mind testing. I spend money testing. Okay, you must test. All right. So imagine building an affiliate business that consistently serves customer for years rather than chasing one-time commissions. That is thinking in decades. So far, of all my stockists, only two I know are thinking in, at least they are thinking past 5 years. I'm sure of that. I've seen what they are doing. I've seen how they are building momentum gradually. I'm seeing how consistent they are. I'm just noticing it. I don't know what they are doing, but when I open my data, when I open my admin dashboard and look at product flow, I can tell who is doing what I want. The virtue of how I'm seeing it move. Do you understand? That's the beauty of data. If you are good with data, data tells you everything. You don't need to be told. Just look at data sets. If I look at data, I look at it, I really know. If I want to go a step further, I plot the graph. I can tell you. So you need to begin to have an analytical mind. You mustn't be good in mathematics. I'm not good in maths either. If most times I want to do something, I must take a calculator and calculate. I tell myself, why bother my head with numbers when I have a calculator that can calculate on my phone and I go forward? So I know how to get what I want. I'm not good in maths, but I'm analytical in nature. And I learned it. I learned to focus on the numbers. Until you break anything down to numbers, you can't excel in that thing, no matter what it is. You must get it into numbers. It's when the world was built on numbers. Your system, your computer is programmed on numbers. That means either binary, whatever system there is numbers. Everything comes down to numbers. You want to build a house? Numbers. Estimation? Numbers. You must know your numbers. Bring your business down to where you can know the numbers. Okay? So the practical actions that I told you about how to reverse engineer, right? So write your 10-year vision. Just give it a try. I know it looks so long. Someone will be like, will I be alive till 10 years? Yes, you'll be alive till 10 years. You'll be alive till more than 10 years. We all pray for long life. The first thing you do when you want to build a system, don't think you are building a system for yourself. Tell yourself you are planting a tree, you will not take shade under it. We're not praying that you will not eat the fruit of your labor. Understand? Okay? But the psychology involved in world building is, don't think that time is against you. Don't think that you will die. What if you die tomorrow? What if you die in 5 years' time? What if you don't reach 10 years? Don't think that way. Surprisingly, you will see yourself 40 years after self. You will even reach 80 or 90. Some of you will reach 100. Then when you're 70, you now start calling your children for urgent 10K. Become a liability to everybody. So you and God have an agreement that you will not leave this earth until you finish what you came to earth. Right? Just have it at the back of your mind. That's your agreement with God. Any God you serve is fine, no problem. Just that's your agreement with your creator. That you will not leave this earth until you complete what you came to this world to do. That's all. Tell yourself, I will be alive till 80, I'll be alive till 100, doesn't matter. But I am building this not just for myself, but for my generations unborn. That way, you settle down and build what in the next 10 years you will see, you'll be smiling, you'll be happy with it. Okay? So your 10-year vision, give yourself a 10-year vision of your business. Put it down. Any business, whether answer business at all, just whatever you are doing now that gives you money, your business, put it down. Where do you want it to be in the next 10 years? Write it. Your income. Right? How much income will it be that if you're making the next 10 years, you'll be more than comfortable? Write it down. What I'm saying, write it down, is that the brain is designed so that until something is put down and the brain visualizes that thing, it does not put it to your subconscious for you to start working towards it. That's why even God told Moses, write it. God wrote the 10 Commandments. He wrote it on it and gave to Moses. But Moses broke it and came back again. God said, write it yourself. Write it. You must write it. Get used to writing. I don't joke with writing. I've shown you all my daughters everywhere. They are all full. This one is about getting full. This one is full. This one is full. Just keep writing. When ideas come, write them. You won't even know when you need them. Okay? The next thing is your family. What kind of family do you want to have? Your wife, if you're not yet married, write it down. You want a fair lady, tall, intelligent, beautiful, dark, Whatever, write the qualities. How many children? 2 boys, 2 girls, 1 boy, 1 girl. Write it down. My family, I want us next 10 years to be taking vacation abroad. I want my family to go to the best schools. I want this, I want that. Write them down. Just keep writing. Then you as a leader, your leadership, okay? What kind of leader would you want to be in 10 years' time? And how many leaders would you have groomed in 10 years' time? Write it down. Your health. How healthy do you want to be in 10 years' time? Because as you're getting older, health depreciates. So write it down as well. Your contribution to the society. If you do not give back to society, God stops giving you. It's automatic. Because the world is supposed to be give, take, give, take. You must be contributing to society. When God blesses you, little you have, give to society. It comes back. So write it down. How much do you want to contribute to society? Is that in your knowledge, in your impact, in your charity, any which way, write it down. And be detailed about it. The more details, the better. Because you're not telling your subconscious mind. You're giving it targets. What you're doing is you are giving your mind, your subconscious mind, targets in the next 10 years. Your mind will now reproduce the goals you need. That means goals are things you do to better yourself to enable you to hit your targets. Let's put it this way. Your targets can be to become the number 9 striker for Nigerian national team in the next 10 years. Maybe a footballer, right? That's a target. To become qualify Nigeria for what? Be represent Nigeria in the World Cup in the next 10 years as number 9 striker. That's a target. The goal now becomes, the goal is, I will go for training 3 hours every morning, whether come rain, come shine. I will not drink alcohol every evening so I can preserve my energy. I will do evening training under 2 hours, come rain, come shine. I will do, you begin to do that your goals, okay? Then if you keep doing those goals consistently for 8 years, 9 years, before 10 years, you will see yourself on the World Cup. Do you get it now? But you need to have given that target. Like, see this young man, what's his name? Mbappe. Mbappe said he had, I don't know if it was Ronaldo or Messi. He saw it was his idol. So he had the person's picture on his bed in his room. So for years, when he was training in the football academy, I think he said he was with Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi. I can't remember again, but just Google it. Now, one day he put that idol there, that person there, so that he said he will become the world best someday. He will go to World Cup, become world best. Believe you me, France won the World Cup, I think last 2 World Cups or so. That Mbappe was the most valuable player, or I think the best player, I can't remember again, but football lovers understand where I'm headed towards. So he said, when he now won that World Cup and became the best player in that World Cup, remember, Messi came for that World Cup. Messi now won the next World Cup. In fact, in that next World Cup, Argentina won. It was France, Argentina. Mbappe was scoring. Messi was scoring. Mbappe was scoring. Messi was scoring. He was the best of the best. And at the end, Argentina won. All right? Okay. But now, during Mbappe's interview in that World Cup, the one they lost, he now said that when he became the world best, as in not really like world best footballer, I just mean in that particular FIFA World Cup tournament, that when he got back home with the World Cup in his hand, having won the World Cup, he removed Ronaldo's picture from his wall and replaced it with his own. Are you understanding what the mind can achieve when you give it a vision? So in putting Ronaldo's picture in his bed, in his room, it kept him focused on the goal. I want to be like this man. I want to beat this man. Surprisingly, Ronaldo has not won a World Cup, which was why he now removed Ronaldo and put himself there, because he has now won a World Cup. Now, believe you me, there are some children now. Mbappe is their idol. He is the one in their room now, walking towards it. That's what I mean. That's why I said, and this I'm telling you, it took Mbappe up to 15 years. He started as a child, started playing football the way, you know what it takes to get to World Cup and play. So, World Cup is every 4 years. So it was a 15-year vision that he worked towards. When I tell you 10 years, don't joke with it. When I say 5 years, don't joke with it. 10 years, don't joke with it. Okay? So write this vision of I'm telling you about for 10 years. Keep it. Then now the next step is now reverse engineer your vision. I told that about reverse engineering. So what does it mean? It now means working from the solution to the question. No, we've asked the question and gone all the way to 10 years. Now we walk backwards. So ask, if I want this life in 10 years, what must I accomplish in 5 years? So that vision of 10 years down, how fits? And tell yourself, okay, this is what I must get in 5 years. Next one is, tell yourself, in that 5 years one, which one would I have accomplished in 3 years? Come to that 5 years again, cut it down again, bring it down to what you do in 3 years. From the 3 years one, tell yourself, what do I need to have achieved in 1 year to arrive at this in 3 years? Bring out that one again and keep. From the 1 year, ask yourself, what in this 1 year do I need to have achieved in 90 days to get to this 1 year? Because 90 days is 3 months, and you have 490 days in 1 year. That means 4 quarters. Each 3 months is a quarter. So 3, 6, 9, 12. So what do I need to achieve in 90 days that if I do it 4 times becomes 1 year? Write it down. Then come down to what do I need to do every week? That's how you will know what you need to be doing consistently that will land you where you want to be in 10 years. Do you understand? If you're like me, I break down further from 1 week into what I will do daily. But let's not go ground like that, because before you get to that one, you would have come to a level where I'm now. But if it's weekly, it's fine. So you don't feel overwhelmed. Okay? So once you've broken it down to weekly, then consistently do that thing 1 week, next thing, 90 days, next thing, 90 days times 4, 1 year, next thing, 1 year times 3. That thing you're doing in that 1 year, duplicate it for 3 years, you're in the 3rd year. In the 3rd year, do it again in 5 years, do it again in 10 years. You would have attained your 10,000 hours. And believe you me, you have become a master in that field. And nothing can stop you being wealthy. All right? So start building on long-term assets. Just choose one. Is it your personal brand you want to build? Is it affiliate business you want to build? This one we're building now in answer. Is it affiliate business you want to build? Because that's the fastest, the one that requires little amount of money, and you can begin to see money. If you want to build personal brand, before you start seeing money in personal brand, you have done it for 5 years, minimum. Because you have to build your influence and reputation where big companies can come for you. Okay? Now, is it YouTube channel you want to build? You can start a YouTube channel. Just know 4,000 hours, 1,000 subscribers. It takes a while before you even see 1 naira. Is it Facebook community, WhatsApp community? Takes time too to build. Email list, beautiful and fine. Choose one. Is it digital product you want to sell? To sell digital product is not easy. That means to create and sell digital product. It's easy to sell it, but not to create one, right? Because to create digital product, difference between product-based business and digital-based business. Sorry, difference between physical product-based business and digital product business is that for physical product business, like this answer we are into, people will keep buying it over and over and over. People get used to the product. So even when they're done buying, their children will buy. Their children will buy. Like Coca-Cola, those who make Coca-Cola, they are long since dead. This is like it's more than 100 years old, right? Those who did what do you call it? Ato Guinness, Stout, they are long since gone. That's the spirit of physical product. So the clientele you build, it just keeps increasing. Before, Coca-Cola was only in one continent. Now it's all over the world. It was built over the years. You'll be surprised that when Coca-Cola came into Nigeria, maybe the original founder was no longer alive again. So Coca-Cola entered a country of 50 million at that time, 250 million today. After that 250 million in Nigeria today, at least 40% of Nigerians drink Coca-Cola. One product or the other. That's the market. So imagine how many years you get now. So physical products last longer. If you build your client around that physical product, you will keep creeping on it. Even when you are 80 years old, 90 years old, your customer base is still there. But digital products fatigues very easily. Today, is Forex. Tomorrow is crypto. Next tomorrow is AI. Or next tomorrow, another one is blockchain. It just keeps, every digital pro, you have to keep, you must keep learning, you must keep reading, you must keep understanding, you must keep following the trend. The trend changes. So you must keep learning so you can create and begin to sell and begin to teach. And when the market leaves that digital product, you move to the next one. Do you understand? Digital products started from radio to TV. We started learning TV. From TV to, sorry, before radio, there was printing press, right? So people learned how to do a lot of printing press, yellow pages. From there, we entered radio. We started learning radio. Next, we entered telephone. We started doing telephone business, as in calling people. From there, we entered television. We started learning television, doing ad, commercials, content, programs, presenter, news. From the television, we entered internet. We started business with email, Yahoo Mail, Hotmail, all those things. From internet, we entered social media. We also learning Facebook. From Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok. A lot of them start coming, start learning YouTube, everything. Okay, we are still trying to learn that one. Next thing, blockchain comes in, Web3. We also learning crypto. Okay, blockchain, crypto. Before blockchain, we're doing Forex first. Forex came first. Started learning Forex, courses on Forex, training on Forex. Everybody was doing Forex course. From Forex course, we entered crypto, right? Okay, we kept going on crypto. We're learning crypto. We are doing crypto. We are teaching crypto. For community breed. Now, AI. Everybody now, AI. If you don't know AI, you're lagging behind, because everything is around AI, content creation, even analytics in your company, everything. You must learn how to use AI. If not, you'll be out of place. As we are still learning AI now, I can believe you me. So they are working on hologram. They are working on that. Their month is coming. So if you're going to teach two products, you have to keep, and you cannot hand over these two products to your children. That means whatever we're teaching you, these two products today, my own son David cannot benefit from it. In his own time, there will be their own digital products at that time. But physical product transcends. As long as humanity eats the same food, no new food is coming out. The same food our forefathers ate, we are still eating it today. There's no new food coming out. Natural food, or less more synthetic food. Do you understand? So physical product transcends generations. You can hand over your affiliate business now to your child. As long as that product is there, they will keep. We can't hand over digital product. My wife cannot hand over this digital product now to my son or my daughter. No. Because it goes with her. Okay? So when you want to build something that will last, you need to have all these things in mind. So next one is AI-powered business. Yes, I mentioned AI. That's AI-powered business. Most AI will power most businesses going forward. As we speak, I'm already designing how AI will also power answers analytics. We're already, and we'll also start building out. All right. So commit to building it consistently. Any of these things you choose, just commit to building it consistently. All right. So adopt the plant before harvest habit. Every day, complete at least 3 planting activities. Choose 1, 3 at least. If it's content, create content. If it's learning a new skill, if it's following up with prospects, if it's reading for at least 30 minutes, if it's building relationships, these are all seeds. Plant them, allow them to water them, and harvest. All right. So make every purchase you make going forward pass the wealth test. What is that wealth test? Before buying anything, ask yourself this question inside your mind. Will this purchase help build me? Will it help me learn something new? Will it help me earn? Will it help me grow? Every purchase you make going forward must fulfill any of these 4 goals, which is help you build, help you learn, help you earn, or help you grow. Okay? If not, delay it. So-called delayed gratification. Delay it. There's no rush. Because money spent that will not give you these 4 things can never come back again. You know, you've not checked the fact that there are 2 currencies. you can never get back again. But one, you can get it back if you put it in the right place. The other one too, you put it in the right place, you can benefit from it. But these two currencies, once spent, it doesn't come back. It must not come back through returns. The first currency is time. From the day you are born, you have started dying. That means you are growing towards death. That is normal. Is certain. Okay? So time lost can never be regained. So you don't manage time. Nobody can manage time. No, you manage yourself with respect to time. You can't manage time. Do you understand? So it is how you manage yourself with respect to time now gives you return on that time in another area. Either by way of finances or another thing. Next thing is money, currency. Once you spend money, it never comes, that money you spend does not come back again as that money. It will now come back as either more money if you spend it to either build, learn, grow, or earn. It now comes back with more money. Or it grows and never comes back again. You've lost that one. All right? So I will give you some assignments. These are tasks you need to complete before next Monday. Just write it down. All right? Like I said, write your 10-year world vision. I'm going to read that one. Write your 10-year world vision. Include your annual income goal, the business you want to own. Remember, when I say business you want to own, remember, I didn't start with answer. I told you other businesses I did before. I was first a pharmacist, worked in the hospital, got caught, came out, entered company work, worked again, raised some money for company work, entered mining, got into mining, lost money, came with the little money I had, entered network marketing, learned the scale from it. The skill you see me is a bit nice, what I learned in network marketing, right? I learned the scale, added some money. From that scale, COVID-19 came, the whole world was shut down. I saw the opportunity for digital courses, okay? Zoom came mainstream. I created a digital course under Ramak, created assistant mentoring and consult. That's Ramak Digital Academy. Started selling, trading crypto, right? Did crypto. From there, through that money I made from selling my digital courses and crypto, and then decided to say, okay, my wife, take over the crypto space. Let's now diversify now. Let's not put all our egg in one basket. Okay, be creating digital products. Let me now create a physical product. Then I announced to myself, which physical product should I create? And I said, okay, I'm a pharmacist. Okay, let me not do it in syrup or capsule or tablet form, so I don't compete with multinationals. I said to now go into tea. My reason being that herbal products work. Just that the problem with herbal products is that they are not standardized. They are not research-backed. So as a pharmacist, I should have to sell research-backed herbal product that is well packaged, fine, with standards. That's a gap I saw in the market. Next thing was, which market should I address? Okay, what is the highest killer disease in men? Cardiac arrest, cardiovascular accident, post rates. Are you understanding how I arrived at? I'm telling you. So you see this mental process. It didn't happen in one day. It was a process. I told myself, this is where I want to be. Then started working gradually towards it. So the business I was doing at initial could not have given me the money to build the factory. So I had to graduate to hire businesses until I got to where I had enough funds to set this up. Then because I already had knowledge, when I set it up and then saw challenges again, each challenge I meet, I create solution. Each challenge I meet, I create solution, because I have become that leader that can see, foresee, use hindsight experience, and create a system or tweak a system to give me what I want. So when I say your business you want to own, it mustn't be what you are doing now or what we do next. Just where do you want to end up? No problem. Just write it. Find out how much it will take you to set that business up. Write it. Then start. Dangote you are seeing today doing crude oil refining. Started with salt. From salt, he went to sugar. From sugar, he went to, I think, other cement. From cement to pasta, flour, juice. Some of them he cut them off. From there, he entered fertilizer. From fertilizer, he entered petroleum, MRS. From petroleum filling station, he understood it before he went into refining. So it's a process. Each one is a cash flow. Even Elon Musk, He didn't start from space. He started somewhere. He started from, they started with PayPal. I think there was this app they built with Plantier. I think there's an app they built there. Either PayPal or one of those things they started with first, right? Then from there they sold, he built something else. Palantir, I can't remember what was the next one. From that one, before he went to Tesla. From Tesla, he went to Starlink. From Starlink now, he now entered SpaceX, that's whatever, space, whatever. Then from there, he came and bought Twitter, called it X. Now he's heading towards AI, robots. He's going to build one, he's going to be one of the people to build robots. They call it humanoid robots. And you see the progression. Now each of them are integrated. He has bought Twitter now as the market to sample and sell this chain of products he has. So he now has eyes on his products. Now those humanoid bots will also help with his self-driving cars, because his electric cars, Tesla, will start driving themselves, if not already. All right. So he's interlinking all these things. Now his satellite is supplying Starlink, which I'm using today. Now he wants that satellite to start supplying phones. You can now use internet to now make phone calls where they are. So you can see how the systems are interlinked. That's what I want to do. So think system. Okay. Now also think number of people you want to mentor. Like I told you, it's a mentoring. You build the leadership that expands your business. That brings in is a mentorship. You build at the community that brings about duplication and then allows you activate the multiplication effect. All right. Then assets you want to acquire, them write it down. How many houses you want to build, how many whatever you want to put it down, right? Then the impact you want to create. Okay. So when you're done with that, next task, create a stop chasing list. Very important. A stop chasing list. Write down 5 distractions, just 5 opportunities you keep jumping in between. You want to stop jumping from. Don't chase things, attract things. Okay. So choose one business or opportunity you want to focus on for the next 12 months. If it's this affiliate market you want to focus on, 12 months. Work on it. All right. Then identify, third task, identify one asset you would build. You know, I mentioned assets ab initio, right? Choose one now. Do you want to build a Facebook page? Because if you build a Facebook page, people follow you, people know you, come on authority. Anything you tell them to buy, they will buy. You know, a Progo Doctor. If a Progo Doctor, he has more than 33,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know how many he has on YouTube. But anything that a Progo Doctor raises up as a medical, either a supplement, drug, anything, and says, I recommend, that product will sell. Why? He's an authority. He has been creating content around health, awareness, you know. So anything he recommends, people will now see him as their authority, their eyes. So choose. You want to build a Facebook page, you want to build a YouTube channel, you want to build a WhatsApp community, you want to build an answer customer base. Customer base is an asset. A lady today, I looked at my dashboard. She called me, I won't call her name. She called me today, she called me yesterday. That lady, in the last 24 hours, let me not lie, she has made sales of not less than 300,000. At least I know one, and I don't know where she's based, but one product went to Oyo. 11 products went to Abuja. A stockist now is delivering 10. And that stockist in Lagos is delivering, I think, another 1 or 2. Then the person in Oyo is delivering 1. Just one person. And that's just between yesterday evening and today. She has sold 10 to 1, 13 packets. That's close to the carton in just 24 hours. Believe you me, she didn't build that customer base in 1 month. It's a customer base she has built over time. That immediately she just joined this affiliate not long ago. Are you understanding now? So if you decide to build a customer base, it's not just for answer. You are building it for yourself. Any other product you push down that customer base that is health related based on their age and the audience, They trust you, they like you, they buy from you. The most difficult sale is the first sale. When somebody has bought from you, gotten the product, used it, to buy from you again is very easy. It's the first sale that is most difficult. So for each customer base you build that is buying from you, that's constant repurchase on any other thing you sell down the line. Doesn't matter if it's my product or your product, doesn't matter. Build it for yourself. They're not building it for me. Build it for yourself. Okay? Next is it a digital product you want to build? Fine. Take a course on creating digital products and start doing something. Thank God for Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, or a lot of AIs. Okay? They can help you create a digital product and then you move to marketing it. But if you create a digital product, you still need the community to market. You still need to sequence presentation, sequence marketing, sequence building your authority page before you can start selling properly. Okay? Is it website? Build it. Personal brand, make your choice. But choose one and start building today towards your 10 years goal. All right? So write why this asset matters to you, because your why is what will keep you going. I told you, once you start doing something consistently, tendency to get bored is very high. And once you get bored, you start getting distracted. You're not looking for the next shiny object. All right? So write why this asset you want to build matters to you, because that's what will now ginger you to be consistent with the actions you will take every week towards doing that. All right? Now, when you've said that, next thing now, the task 4 is now track your seed. Those things are your seed you've planted. That scale, that asset you are building is your seed. So begin to track it for the next 7 days, right? How do you track? I told you about targets now, numbers. Number of people you spoke to. Number of follow-ups you did. Let us say you're building a customer base, right? Number of people you spoke to, number of customers you follow up, number of pieces of content created, number of pages you read, number of new skills you learned. Have a number. I just finished, I watched Grant Cardone. You know Grant Cardone? One of the most voracious marketers I've seen on earth. Go and Google, if you don't know Grant Cardone, GrantCardone. He does a lot of things. Cardone University, Cardone Capital, Cardone 10x School, 10x Health, 10x. He has done a lot. He's just good in building systems. Anything he handles, he turns it to a system. Okay. Now I was analyzing Grant Cardone's results in the last year, because these are people that I model after. You must have a model, someone you look up to, what he's doing. Now, there's something I learned about Grant Cardone's last year, which really shocked me. Let me see it. I think I stored it. I don't know if I lost it. Okay, just hold on. Yes, I found it on my phone. Okay, Grant Cardone has a 9% conversion rate for email marketing. He knows the percentage, right? So last year alone, Grant Cardone sent out 400 million emails. 400 million. You know, you see him flying his private jet, right? He has a private plane, private jet. He has 2 helicopters. He has Rolls-Royce, Cunningham, a lot of all this any exotic car. He has the guy is worthy, so no problem. Let me know. Just so you are seeing those things, see him going up and down, see him doing content, see him doing real estate. He sent 400 million emails. Divide 400 million by 356 days. That's what's having a year. You can now know approximately how many emails he sent out every day. You want to be rich, right? You want to be wealthy, right? When we tell you what it takes to be wealthy, so we say, let me remain where I am. 400 million, I want to divide that by 356. So he was sending approximately 1,123,596 email every day. every day. Are you listening to me? Affiliate marketer. You want to make money with answer affiliates. Like it's too slow, it's too slow. How many emails have you sent? Nothing. And he says, from that 400 million email he sends, 9% converts. So let's do 9% times 400 million. So even Mankaton is about the best marketer on earth. In fact, I'm checking between him and Sabri Sub, the one that wrote How to Sell Like Crazy. Sabri Sobi. I'm checking two of them who is better. So let's do it. That means out of 400 million emails he sent last year, 36 million responded. 36 million. So out of 1.1 email per day, divide 36 million by 365. That's 98,631. So he has to send out 1.1 email every day for 98,000 to reach out to him. We are still working. Then he says, total calls he did, because when the now reach out, he now has to call. Total calls he did last year was 2.8 million calls. Hello? 2.8 million calls. And his conversion rate for calls is 2%, which means he picks up a phone and calls 2.8 million people. Out of that, 56,000 response. 56,000. Are you seeing the ratio? So when Grant Cardone tells you he has done $200 million or $400 million in a year, you're not seeing what it takes. So if you don't have your numbers, he was able to share this with us online because he has his numbers. He knows his conversion percentage ratio. If I ask you now as an affiliate, what is your conversion ratio? You don't know. I know mine. At this point, I'm at 4%. I'm trying to go up to 6%. That's my net target, 6% conversion ratio. All right? That's what we say. Number of new skills learned. I'm still teaching my marketers. I'm still learning myself. I'm still picking up skills. I'm still reading. Because it is more the skills I pick up. I was only at 2%. I came up to 3%, 4%. I'm picking up more, 6%. I want to get to at least 9%. And because this Grant Cardone, I want to be like him. Sorry, I don't want to be like him. I'm just saying, don't be like anybody. Be yourself. Okay? We use that when we're children. Don't be like anybody. Be yourself. Be the best version of yourself. That's what matters most, right? But have role models, mentors, people you want to duplicate their results, have the results they have, right? So you follow their discipline. So I dissect Grant Cardone's activity to see the discipline behind his results. So if I now mimic it, I'll be able to get what he's getting over time. Do you get? So he's at 9%. I am at 4%. So I am pushing gradually through improving my skill. So even myself too, I'm still learning. All right? So task 5. Write a one-page reflection titled, A Life I Am Building 10 years from now. A life I am building 10 years from now. Not I will build. No, if you say I will, you are procrastinating. Say I am building. It means you are doing it now. There's nothing like future. Your future is today. That means what I do today determines my future. So when you keep saying, I will do this in future, very wrong mentality. That's for the rich and the poor. The world is saying, my future is today. What I do today is like I'm training you people today as leaders. You people are my future. But that's what I'm not saying I will train. No, I'm training now. So when I come in future and see that 10 of you have become leaders, that's in the future. I was doing it today. So don't think in future, think in today. It is your today that makes that future I'm talking about. Right? That past was yesterday. That means today now, 24 hours from now, today becomes my past. And the result of what I do today becomes my future. So think in the now. That's when it comes to action. think now. But when it comes to planning, plan 10 years ahead, plan 5 years ahead. Do you get? All right. So the answers to this question will become, who am I becoming? Enjoy the process of becoming. Don't be fixated on the cash, on the money. You see, money will come. When you become that person that can create value of 1 million, 1 million will come on its own. You won't even be looking for. Anywhere P2B is today, he's not looking for money. Money will be coming to him anywhere he's going, anywhere it is. The man has put so much value in himself that today he's the only politician I can beat my chest and say that each time he comes out to contest election, me, myself, I will bring out money, 1 million, and support him. On my own, I don't care. I will just go to my village. I did it last 4 years. Get people around, obedient. Take, go and do something for P2B. I don't know. That means he is an embodiment of value creation. He's not a saint. But I'm telling you, somebody who has created what that man has created, and he's satisfied, he's sufficient, he doesn't, I don't know how to put that man. He's just one of a kind, right? So you see that because people want to associate with him, people want to stop. Nobody goes to him to take from him, like, give me item 7, give me bag of rice. No. We want to support what you are doing. Do you get? Because he has become that person. He's an embodiment of it. So the day you become that person, resources will gravitate towards you. Not you chasing it up and down or having to steal it. If that man wants to travel everywhere in the world without paying air ticket, people will voluntarily buy air ticket for him. Some airlines will even fly him for free. He has become that man of value. Okay? So focus on the man you are becoming. Leave the money. The money will come. Once you become that thing, money will come. All right? So then what habits must you stop? What sacrifices must you make? There are sacrifices you must make to become wealthy. People will call you names. People will troll you. People will not understand you. People wondering, what are you feeling like? A lot of things you need to cut off. Cut off. Decision. Decide. Decide means cut off. All right? So, what sacrifices, what vices would you give up? If alcohol, whenever you drink alcohol, it makes you begin to procrastinate. It makes you lose focus. It makes you relax, like in your comfort zone. Then stop it. You need something that you need to be conscious. You need something that will keep pushing you on, spurring you on, not telling you have arrived. When we say leave your comfort zone, it's not just in you living where you live and locate on that place. No, even in your mind, in your heart, don't feel you have arrived. Don't be comfortable. Be agitated. Have that drive. Leave your comfort zone, even inside you, before you talk of living it in your surrounding environment. Some people think living comfort zone means leave your father's house, relocate, and go to that city. No, it doesn't. You can still go to that city and still live in comfort zone there. Okay? So, what habits must you stop? What habits must you build? You don't stop a habit, you replace it. If you stop a habit without replacing it, what happens? You go back to it again. You get? Let's say, for example, you said you want to be a vegetarian. Maybe you eat meat, and I like meat, right? Let's say you want to be a vegetarian. You say, okay, I've stopped eating meat. You stop the habit, right? No, you need to replace it. You can say, okay, instead of eating meat, I want to start eating vegetables that have so and so, that look like meat, or that look like, then you will stop going to meat market and start going to vegetable fruit markets. So you're replacing the habit of going to meat markets with habit of going to fruit markets and vegetable markets. Do you understand now? They are replacing the use of meat and egg with the use of tomato and something. So you replace habit. That's how you sustain it. Okay. So what legacy do you want to see? These are the things you need to put down. Once you put that down, you begin to walk towards them. Okay. So after that, I'm going to give you some set of declaration you can be making every week to build up in your subconscious who you are becoming. So that each time you want to do something that you shouldn't be doing, your subconscious will pull up one of these declarations and you put yourself in check. That's what we call them thermostats. thermostats. Okay, so they just recondition as I'm reconditioning your mind. They are there as what we call fail-safe mechanisms. All right. So the first one is you can always come back to my recorded version of the video and watch it again to pick it up, even if you missed it. First one is I refuse to live only for today. I refuse to live only for today. It's a declaration towards long-term thinking. Next one, I think beyond this week. You must go from thinking. Because when you're thinking week to week, month to month, you are living on subsistence level. It's not begin to live in the realm of abundance. Okay? So I think beyond this month. Even if you're salary earner, don't think monthly. Think beyond it. Then I think beyond this year. Not beyond this year. I want to start thinking 5 years, 10 years, but just tell yourself these things first, so that certain decisions you make, you ask yourself, am I making this decision because I'm thinking this week? I'm thinking this month. Or I'm making this decision because I'm thinking beyond this year. When you see yourself making decisions above the year, those decisions are quality decisions because you've passed them through series of analysis to be sure that 1 year from now, this my decision will still be valid. 5 years from now, this my decision. I told you how I arrived at the decision to go to physical products because I had checked digital products every 2-3 years. It has changed because of the speed technology is growing and the speed knowledge is expanding. So I needed something that can outlast. I told you 50 years. Where did I get 50 years from? If you plant a soursop tree, that tree is productive for at least 40 to 50 years for each tree. So when I went to plant my plantation of the soursop that will feed my factory, I knew it would take at least 6 years for that plantation to start yielding optimally. But I was willing to spend the amount of money I spent in millions buying the land and planting the seedlings because I was thinking. Now, that plantation I planted last year, I will reap the fruit of that plantation in 2032. Hello? So I'm not teaching you what I'm not doing. This is 2026. That plantation will now yield by 2030, 31. Then by 32, it should be optimal. But if I was thinking this year, I won't put that amount of millions into that place. I might have maybe bought a new car, or maybe bought something else, or travel abroad and blow the money and come back. But I'm thinking 50, and then the lifespan is 40 to 50 years when I checked it. So I hope for the best 50 years, minimum 40 years. So now I have put in a plant in the ground. The ground itself, normally when you buy land, they say it's on lease. No matter how much you buy land, they say it's on lease for 100 years. You renew the lease, right? Because government owns all land. Okay, all right. So when they give you land, it's a lease. So 100 years, right? Renewable, no problem. So I've got an asset that will last 100 years, planted on it, what will last 50 years. I get to immediate first reaping of the profits of that investment next 6 years. 1 year has gone, so it's next 5 years. Are you seeing how in this example I've given you, none of them is less than 5 years? So when I say I'm thinking 5, 10, 50, I'm not joking. I'm telling you what I've told you already one now. How about you? All right? So every decision I make today is shaping the next decade of my life. That's a declaration. Write these things down or come back and watch it. Tell yourself, every decision I make today is shaping the next decade of my life. And that's why I'm able to make quality decisions. It's up to God if He allows me alive to reap the fruit of my labor. If He says it should come up, no problem. It's all between me and Him. But all the same, I have a wife, I have children, and they too I'm teaching them the same way. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that I'm building generational wealth. It's not about being rich. The rich man checks how much is in his bank account. The wealthy man checks his net worth. Net worth. That's how wealthy men are gauged, in their net worth. So I'm building my net worth. My bank account can be zero. I don't care. But my net worth is increasing year on year. That's how you should analyze yours. Okay? Now, the next declaration is, I am building assets. I've already mentioned different assets. I am building assets. Start building them. After you build assets, next thing is, I am building systems. I've told you what the system entails. You can build a system around whatever it is you are doing. Just you need to understand how systems are built, how they are audited, all right, and how they are run up, how they are optimized to give the best. Then next declaration is, I am building people. As I'm talking to you now, I'm building you. You also will build another person. The love of God becomes real when through you it touches another. And thank God for this internet age. We can reach anybody anywhere in the earth from the comfort of your home. All right? Now, the next declaration is, I am building a legacy. That's the next one. I am building a legacy. Now, the next one is, I will not be distracted by quick rewards. Tell yourself that I will not be distracted by quick rewards. Quick rewards keep coming every day. There are many Ponzi schemes. There are many, put 1 naira here, I will give you 2 naira in 2 days' time. Sure bets, put 300 naira, you will get 2 million, so time. Quick money, quick. Those quick money is just gambling. I'm not saying it doesn't work. Some by fluke, it happens, but it's not consistent. Anything that you put money in, it gives it to you today. You put money in it again, it gives less money, it takes money from you. That means it's not consistent. It can't be, then it's not worth it. You understand? So don't be distracted by quick rewards. Give your business time to grow. Don't be in a hurry. You joined Answer Affiliates last month, 6 months ago, or 1 year ago. You've not put in the requisite effort. You want to be seeing money. How? You need to work the system and then grow it. The business you are seeing as nothing. Drops of water makes an ocean. But you have to allow it drip and drip and drip until when your tap starts running. You might ask yourself, but I'm seeing the money. Oh yeah, I might be seeing the money. But you know after how many years? Do you know after how many years? I graduated from university in 2006. So this journey you see now, check from 2006 to 2026. That's 20 years. 20 years in motion towards where I am today. That is intentional, not fluke, intentional. Now check how long has your own journey been. Who says you can make it within 5 to 10 years? If I had a mentor, the way I'm talking to you today, teaching you, why I'm mentoring you today is to shorten the time. It took me 20 years because I didn't meet a mentor who taught me what it takes to score until 2018. In fact, 2017. Then I started going through the whole process. Before 2018, I started doing what was reasonable. Then 2019, I started picking momentum. 2020, COVID-19 came, took everybody backwards again. I started afresh 2021. But between 2021 and 2024, I built up what you're seeing today. I lost everything in 2020. Every other person lost 2020. Most people lost all over the world 2020. But I grew, I made it faster because I now know the principles. I know what it takes to score. I wasn't guessing again. I knew what to do day by day, week by week, month by month. So between 2021 and 2024, I have built back almost 180 million in 1 year. That means year on year, consistently. Do you understand? But it took me from 2026, just whiling away time, just philandering, losing, not having concentration, being distracted, jumping up and down, until 2020, 2017. So you're listening to me today. Your time now, it will not take you 20 years. You will achieve what I achieved in 5 years. If you can focus, I'm telling you what it takes to score now. That thing that took me 20 years, you will do in 5 years. Maximum 10 years. If you follow this route I'm showing you now. Nobody showed it to me. I learned it the hard way. Until I met my mentor. Today, I'm giving back to society. I'm giving back to you all. You people are not paying me for this class. This is a master class. When I learned this master class, my mentor, the first training he took me on, I told you people, I paid 1.2 million. I sold generator, I sold my bed, I sold TV, I sold to afford it. Then there was no internet then like this now. I was traveling from Enugu to Lagos. I would enter night bus in Enugu, go to Lagos to be in his place and listen to him talk. Sleep when we will be forced, sleep in a hotel. At times I will sleep on the floor. The other person will sleep on the bed. The other two on the bed. The following day, they will sleep on the bed. Just for us to listen to this man speak. Because there was no internet like this. You can listen to people offline. I was going to Lagos. Each time he has a training, we will find money, raise money, night bus, Lagos, spend 3 days, come back. How we feed, how we lodge, how it doesn't concern him. He will put lecture, pass message across. Some of them 300,000. He's still online. There's a class he's doing online now about wealth creation. The fee is 339,000. Mr. Gochuku Omogo, Google him. Go and see his what he costs to be in his class. And that's what I'm teaching you today. Free. Because you are in Answer community. You are my community. You are in Wing the community. So I see it as I owe you that duty to share this knowledge with you all. The more the merrier. Okay? So you are very lucky. Very, very lucky. All right? So what will give me joy is if you can practice these things I'm teaching you and become that person. Tomorrow, you can call me and let's partner in business. Let's create systems together. Let's rule this world. Do you understand? Now, the last one is, tell yourself, I will remain faithful to the process because I know great wealth is built over time. You must be faithful to the process. Derive joy from the act of becoming. If your joy is in when you have 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, I'm sorry, you will never be happy. Money does not determine my happiness. I'll tell you the truth. It doesn't. To me, money is numbers based on value I've created and pushed into the market. What gives me joy is when I'm creating something, building something, sharing knowledge, learning something, sharing a new skill. That's what, like, I'm happy sharing, teaching you people, mentoring you now. That's what's giving me joy. That's why I can talk like this for 5 hours if you leave me. So that I always have to try to limit myself into 2 hours for so people don't get tired. If it's me, I love sharing knowledge and I love acquiring knowledge. I love reading. I love learning new skills, everything. Do you get? I told you I've learned AI. I've done AI courses. What is that? Because I want to build in AI into my business. Not that I'm learning it to teach it. I just want to understand it. So I've already started discussing with my developer what I need him to put in my new systems now, AI wise. Because I need to improve. So I'm still improving. You see, Answer. Most of you Answer knew what our dashboard looked like when we started. You guys also knew when we updated our dashboard, changed the coloring, made it finer. Sometimes change the system a bit. That was sometime early this year, right? It's still ongoing. We're not done yet. We will get to a point we'll have our app. We're still going. We'll put some things, some functionalities to even help you with the marketing. I'm not resting. I'm thinking. I'm bettering my systems. Do you get? So I want you to also remain faithful to the process. Derive joy in coming to consume knowledge and then apply. All right. So in conclusion, these are things I want you to know. The weirdest people are rarely those who made the fastest money. No, they're not the weirdest people. They are the ones who stayed committed long after others became distracted. In this race we are in, you are those of listening to me now. Some of you get distracted. Some of you, after today's class, is beautiful in your ear. Tomorrow you've forgotten it. The distractions of Lagos life, Abuja life, Ondo life, Ibadan, what do you call it? Enugu life, Asaba life. Or in every city has what distracts people, right? It comes again. You abandon everything. Some of you will say, all this grammar and speaking, how does it translate to Naira and Kobo? I know. That's how it was sounding when I started. Now I'm seeing the value, right? So do not measure your progress by today's harvest. All right? Measure it by the quality of seeds you are planting, which is that process I told you about. Measure it by what are you learning? What are you building? What are you improving on? You get, that's what you should work on. What are you earning? How are your expenses leading to more earnings for you? So just focus on that process, okay? So measure it by the quality of seeds you are planting. Years from now, people will call you lucky. People will say, this one, he did something. Or, they will have all forms of reasons. Nobody will see you now. Yeah, this is at night now. You came back from work tired. You have been listening to me from 8 o'clock. This is now 9:30. Sorry, 10:30. Wow, we have spent some time. And you're still listening to me. People won't check all these things. When this result starts showing, then they say, okay, he's lucky. Okay? What they will see is the success. They won't see the process. Right? Now, they will not see the thousands of days you chose discipline over distraction. You chose consistency over convenience. You chose long-term vision over short-term pleasure. These are all the things that add up. All right? So, my charge to you is, please, think decades. It takes thinking decades to build for generations. All right? Because you consistently build today, whatever you consistently build today will eventually become the legacy your children will inherit tomorrow. All right? It's not money you leave for your children. It's legacy. It's systems. How do you teach your child how to build a system or create generational wealth when you don't know how to? My joy today is that my son, David, he's 7. I just told him now that when he starts next term, I will not begin to take him on. Before he just listens to me when I'm teaching, right? He learns, but I will not be intentional because at that 7 years now, he has come to a point where I can begin to now give him superior information so that he will be better amongst his mates. I want David to start doing wondrous things that at 14 years, 10 or 13 or 14 years. By the time I put into him, now he's 7. I teach him 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 5 years. 13, 14, 7 years from now, my son David should be able to come into a place, be analytical, look at system, look at structure, dissect things. When others are looking at toy and are fascinated, he's looking at the toy to know what and what came up to make this toy. Do you understand? So when others are seeing microphone, he's saying, what is the microphone? Okay, this is a phone. He pulls it out, right? This is the phone. Okay, this is this one. Okay, this is the light, a wire. Okay, what's this one's work? So he's not looking, others are busy playing with microphone. He's looking at the components that came together to make this to happen. That's how his mind will be going. So when I see businesses, I analyze them. I analyze businesses. Some businesses you bring to me, I'll tell you, and I say, no, it won't work. Not that it does not work, but it won't work in this client based on this, and this. Do you understand? So that's how I want you guys will get there gradually, okay? Let me stop here so far. Thank you so much for coming for class today. And I'll open the mic for any questions you have, and let's call it a day. You guys have tried, okay? And next Monday we'll continue. All right. I told you I'll make up time. I just flew into Enugu. I went for a program, a Rotary program was ongoing. They are doing handover, presidential installation handover. Like I told you, this year I'm an assistant governor in Rotary District 9142. So we'll be inaugurated this Saturday. But I missed all this program. That's why I'm dressed this way. I just had to rush to come back so I can give my lecture to you all. That's how I value people. Anywhere I am, every Monday, I must come online and talk to you. Unless if there's no internet then, that's when I won't. But once there's internet, I'll just set up and we'll discuss. I'll keep giving this to you back to back until we get where we want it to be, okay? All right. So let me look at the let's see. Oh yes, people were following me. Sandra said Hilton, a Go Hotel. Yeah, that's hotel chains, of course. OPay, Cash, very good. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. You guys are following my training, okay? So from me to you, thank you so much. All right. And see you again this time next Monday at 8 p.m. Okay? All right. So go and practice what I've taught you, do your assignments, and we'll take it from there. All right. Bye-bye, everyone.